Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Gotham Oakland. I'm your host, Senator Scott. Today is Friday, July 12th. Let's get into it. Okay, let's jump right into it with our X comment of the week. We have one here from Coddled Affluent Professional, who's at feelsdesperate.com. Let me make my screen a little bigger so I can read it. I think Marxism ruined academia because even though communism didn't work out, it was a truly revolutionary millenarian project with the potential to transform humanity that held a privileged place for intellectuals. As a fellow intellectual, I agree. When communism fell through, academics were bereft. Gender, post-colonialism, etc., it's all just fake nonsense. Everyone knows these false radical midwits are just weird parasites who really aren't capable of doing anything. Brandon Harami, anyone? They're not going to lead a revolution. Their dream job is to queer Google or some such for $400K a year. While there are important contributors to the managed decline of American intellect and cultural life, and they have been successful in making everything stupider, uglier, and everyone knows that they're not to be feared. They're not visionaries. And that they are pathetic, overproduced elites clinging to the life raft like everyone else. It's been humiliating and recessionary for leftist academics to be relegated to such a lowly place in society, to posture and do fraudulent work after they dreamed so big. These people thought they were going to be the vanguard that charted the future of humanity. But instead, they're manufacturing queer flair for the CIA and doing corporate HR therapy sessions for authors to confess their racism. Wow, what a post. Thank you, Cotto Affluent Professional. We appreciate the insight. Okay, moving on to the next one. On to the next one. Thao is broke. Why do you think she can't resign? I'm glad other people are picking up on that. We're going to share our screen here with my favorite political blog that I get every morning, East Bay Insider. Shout out to Steve Tavares. Thao is toast, but here's why she can't resign yet. Scandal in East Bay, Brooklyn. Let's be very clear about this. Not a single East Bay politico believes that Sheng Thao will be able to escape a recall on November 5th. You can thank Judge Brenda Harbin Forte and myself, as well as the 40,000 Oaklanders who signed to get that recall on the ballot. Because if she wouldn't have a recall on the ballot, then she probably would have lasted her whole term unless she was arrested first. Some predict that she will be forced to resign prior to the election as more information about the FBI investigation is revealed, including possible indictments. Insiders and consultants I've chatted with believe support for the recall starts at 80%. So, if the polling sets so high, why is she still here? And East Bay Insiders goes into it. The consensus is that Thao simply can't resign due to her own personal finances. Keep in mind, this is the best job she's ever had, even though she tried to give herself a raise the moment she got into office. She didn't get the full raise, but she got a little bit of it. But she's making over 300 grand a year. Thao has never made this much and likely will never make this much money again after she's recalled. Again, her experience rests entirely as a government servant. She's not an attorney. She doesn't have any other form of experience. I think this is a polite way of saying that she's a professional grifter and she has no marketable skills. Recall last year, she was in line. I already said that. Furthermore, it's unclear how her partner, Andre, who's also a target of the FBI investigation, how does he make a living? How does Andre Jones make a living? He doesn't have any job on record. He doesn't have any demonstrable income. He has a history of tax issues. How does he make his money? Maybe he's selling permission seats. I don't know. Maybe he's selling black market cannabis. Not judging people. I should do that too. But whatever it is, we don't know how Andre makes his money. And now he's under investigation by the FBI, the IRS, and the U.S. Postal Service. Wild times in Oakland. Thank you, Steve Tavares, for your great work. And what do we have next to share? Oh, no, we've already shared that. All right, on to Gavin Newsom. Here's Gavin here. The Wall Street Journal, before we get into Gavin Newsom's speech yesterday, when he sort of came down and not so many words, told Oakland he's here to take over. I guess the national embarrassment that has become Oakland, California, is doing real damage to Gavin Newsom's political future. And so, is Gavin coming to the rescue? Governor Gavin Newsom showed up in Oakland to give a very important speech yesterday about how he's going to be bolstering our city's public safety with additional resources from California Highway Patrol. He also went into a pretty good amount of detail. Now, it's a 40-minute speech. I'm not going to have time to go over the entire speech because it's a little too long, but we're going to go through what I think are some of the most important points of it to get some insight into what's going to be happening this summer. Is Oakland going to be a safer place to live? What is Gavin Newsom's plan to take control of Oakland's public safety? And how will it play out in the days ahead? Okay, we're going to share our screen again here. What are we? All right, we are on Governor Newsom's X account. Now, I've got some timestamps here to go through. But let's just get it started.
In Oakland, look forward to hearing from Chief Mitchell and the governor as well. CHP in August of 2023 deployed a team of officers to Oakland to assist.
So here we have OPD Chief Mitchell. I don't know who that guy is to the right. I think he must be a high-ranking OPD captain. And we have someone here from California Highway Patrol. But we don't see the mayor. Where's Mayor Thao? And why would the mayor be missing from such an important meeting that has to do with public safety? So the first timestamp that we're going to go to is, 1 second here, 6:30.
Assist the Oakland.
You know what? Let's hear. We don't hear Chief Mitchell talk a lot. Let's listen to Chief Mitchell and see what he says.
Yesterday, I got to spend most of the day in East Oakland talking to the business owners about some of the crime that we've been facing here in Oakland. I think it's important to understand that the cooperation and coordination that we have not only with the governor's office and the CHP and our other law enforcement officers within Alameda County and the Bay Area is strong. We continue to work with our federal partners to address crime and the perception of crime within the Alameda County and Oakland itself.
Whoa, Chief Mitchell. The perception of crime. Stop the woke gobbledygook. It's not our perception of crime that 30 elders have been beaten and robbed. It's not our perception of crime to see upwards of 100 individuals reenact scenes from the purge on gas stations on Hagenberger corridor. Where's he going with this? I don't know. Not a good start, Chief Mitchell. Not a good start. I want to support you, man, but if you end up being a mouthpiece for a failing mayor, you're going to be gone with her. I know you got a pretty solid deal where we can't fire you. But anyway, let's keep going.
I think it's important to also shout out to Mayor Thao for advocating for the citizens of Oakland to the mayor's office. I'm sorry, to the governor's office to get this additional assistance. assistance for our individuals or for our community here in Oakland. So I look forward to the continued cooperation with the California Highway Patrol and our officers, the ceasefire program to address the crime issues that we are facing here in Oakland. And with that, I'll turn it over to the governor.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Chief, and thank you to Commissioner. Thank you.
Not good. Not good. Come on, man. I get it. She's your boss, but we're watching you. You don't thank someone for doing something that they haven't done. Mayor Thao didn't coordinate with the mayor. That's why she's not at the press conference. She is on a performance improvement plan that she's failed at. And now Gavin Newsom's got to come back down here and save his own political butt. This has nothing to do with keeping Oakland safe. This is all about politics. This is all about pandering. This is all about performance art. This is political theater. Shame.
To men and women, the Oakland Police Department, our partners in this effort.
Anyway,
as the Commissioner noted,
my
we
first
initiated
timestamp.
some proactive policing late last year here in Oakland. We stepped that up significantly in February with an operation to target and to saturate areas of Oakland with aggressive policing that addressed some of the.
They did do a lot of decent work, but did it help much when crime is pretty much neck and neck with last year's lawlessness? And we continue to have just fascinatingly disturbing headlines in the news every week. Oakland is a national punchline for the managed decline of American cities. Oakland is a fascinating case study for what happens when you let unqualified ideologues take control of multi-billion-dollar budget. And this includes Gavin Newsom.
Heightened concerns that many of the residents and business leaders had experienced. We saw great initial success. We committed not to turn the lack of engagement with the DA's office. And so we're moving forward rather than complaining about it, rather than lamenting about it. We're going to be moving some of the prosecution to the state of California, the Attorney General's office. For, again, targeted prosecution. This is not the job of the AG's office to assume all the responsibility of the Alameda County DA's office, quite the contrary. But we want to lessen the load. We want to address some of the more complex cases. So we'll take case by case. The AG's office could talk more about specific cases another time, but the idea is to supplement and support those efforts at the local DA's office to move forward. Unfortunately, our offer to provide California CalGuard, which we refer to as JAGS, along the lines of what we did very successfully in partnership with Brooke Jenkins in San Francisco, that was not enthusiastically embraced. So we have to move forward with a new approach with our Attorney General and our Department of Justice.
So, a couple of things. Basically, what Gavin Newsom's saying is that the federal prosecutors that he put on loan in February as part of his performance improvement plan for not just Mayor Thao, but also for DA Pamela Price, has gone ignored. Now, Pamela Price, at her own press conference yesterday, said Gavin is misinformed and she's going to set him straight. And that it's her office and that she would do what she wants because she's the DA. Now, I'm not quite sure if DA Price realizes this or not, but the Attorney General, Rob Bonta, who was appointed by Gavin Newsom, actually has the ability to take over any district attorney's office he wants to and call the shot. So technically, Rob Bonta's her boss. Gavin's Rob Bonta's boss. So yes, Gavin Newsom can tell her what to do, but I think it's very disappointing that DA Price did not take the additional help with prosecution, especially considering that she's falling behind on prosecuting dangerous and violent criminals. I think it's also disturbing to learn that the entire Alameda County DA's office does not have, I think if Gavin Newsom said a gang task force or a specialized unit. This mirrors Alameda County getting rid of their gang task force in the year 2021. So we've got a couple more timestamps. And at 8, he calls out the County Board of Supervisors and says basically that he's doing their job for him. Let's listen to it.
A 10-point plan with Caltrans on beautification, on cleaning up. I've been very directly involved in that. Feel like I'm mayor again, back out there on the streets, rolling up my sleeves, cleaning up some of these streets and encampments and doing some of the beautification work. That work continues. We're not walking away from that as well. But look, I'm not the mayor of Oakland. I'm not a member of the County Board of Supervisors of Alameda County. Our job is not to substitute, but again, to support the work that's being done. I want to thank the mayors.
No, he's here to substitute. She's on a performance improvement plan. It's clear to everyone. That's why she's not at the press conference right now.
Office for being a partner in these proactive programs as it relates to the policing, not a sparring partner, a working partner as it relates to these works. And so I'm very grateful the chief is here, and I'm very grateful for the partnership and the open hand support the chief has provided the men and women from the Highway Patrol. Final point, just deep respect for our Highway Patrol. I've been saying this over and over and over again. This is the Swiss Army knife of
moving on. Around 10 minutes in,
social media.
he starts to talk about retail theft.
You haven't been paying attention, turn on your social media. We've been very focused on that for years now. You may recall Long Beach, we were with police chiefs from up and down the state of California years ago, announcing a new task force with the California Highway Patrol, working with our investigators, the National Guard, to support our efforts to address retail theft, organized retail theft. We provided unprecedented grants to cities and counties up and down the state. You may recall over a year ago, about $267 million specifically for new grants for vertical prosecution, investigations, and technology related to the issues of organized retail theft. I say all that to make this point. I also want to highlight the work the California Highway Patrol has been doing.
You mean the grant that Thao forgot to apply for?
167% increase in the number of arrests related to those task force efforts. So they're paying dividends, and we want to see more work done now that all that money has been distributed, hundreds of millions of dollars, money that in the past never existed, real money to support sheriffs, to support local municipalities.
No, I wish Oakland would have gotten some of that money, but we didn't because Nikki Fortunato Bass attempted to add a bunch of woke pork at the last minute, did not work cooperating with the police department. She also broke a few city charter laws. I'm not sure why she hasn't been caught on it yet, but ultimately the responsibility falls on Mayor Thao. She didn't do her homework. Instead of doing her homework, she went to Vietnam on a vacation. Vietnam trip may end up being a lot more ill-fated than we know. I have been hearing that they were under surveillance the entire time and that there is a lot to come out from that trip, but that's just hearsay. But what we do know is that this public safety grant had a lot of success, and Oakland got nothing, because Mayor Thao forgot to turn in her homework.
In these efforts going forward. So we're continuing to stay on that and very mindful of the stress and anxiety that many people are feeling in that area as well. With that, of course, we're here to answer any questions.
Okay, around 13 minutes in.
What occurred that day?
The police chief blames.
Everyone had left the
Hold on, I think he blamed the actual gas station owner here. Let's see.
Seriously. I met with Sam yesterday at 76 gas station in regards to the incident that occurred this past weekend following a sideshow activity. And what I explained to the business owner, Sam, and we had a good conversation before we came out and spoke to the media, because I wanted them to understand that we had a conversation about what occurred. What occurred that day is the information that was provided to our dispatch. First of all, it came in an hour later than the event that happened. Everyone had left the location. And beyond that, when his employee communicated what had happened to his business, it was prioritized as a property crime at that point in time. So the call.
Hold on. Something's not making sense. Chief Mitchell's blaming the owner for not calling the police allegedly for an hour after the incident. But they've also said that they've increased police presence on the Hegenberger corridor. If there's an increased police presence on the Hegenberger corridor, how do dozens of vehicles, because you need dozens of vehicles to hold 70 plus people, 70 up to 100 individuals came to the store and ransacked it, and they went on for nearly 10 minutes. what kind of patrols are they doing where just a patrol doesn't see this activity if there's supposed to be heightened security on the Hagenberger corridor? I call BS. There is no heightened security. We know that there are about 35 officers on the streets of the entire city at any given time in Oakland. Just 35 for a city of 500,000 people. Oakland has no rule of law. To see Chief Mitchell victim blaming the businesses on the Hagenberger corridor is very disappointing.
Call was delayed. And one of the things that we talked about in detail yesterday and that Deputy Chief Casey Johnson is doing is we are spending some time educating our business owners on what to say when they have crimes occur at their business. So
what to say? Bro, I'm being robbed by fucking 80 people. What is wrong with these people? What kind of world? This is the level of disrespect they have for us. They think that we're stupid. I'm sorry, Chief Mitchell. I had high hopes for you, but this is not a good start, brother. You need to do something about this.
So I agree with you. No business should have what happened to him happen to him. But we also need to make sure we're partnering with our business owners to educate them on what they need to communicate to us so we provide the proper response. So I do want to clarify that because I didn't want the governor to get up here and have to explain why there was a delay in the response. There was a delay in response in regards to for a number of reasons. So I'll let you address that other piece. But we are working with our business owners to make sure that we are responding appropriately based on the information that they can provide.
But you're not.
It's also our responsibility to educate not only our business owners, but our public on when you dial 911, communicate the proper information so we can.
This is not an education gap. Are they really trying to sell the fact that the reason that they're not able to help business owners is because they're not reporting the fact that they're being robbed appropriately? There's only a certain number of ways to report that somebody's taking a sledgehammer to your jury case. What recommendations do they give for business owners who are experiencing violent robberies in progress to do this? I'm drawing a blank here. It's not making much sense. All right, let's keep going.
We can prioritize the call properly so you can get the appropriate response. I'm not up on the jewelry store, so I'll be more than happy. I'll be more than happy to meet with you after this to fight this information. But I can't. You're asking me something that I don't know about. So and you're shaking your head like I'm supposed to know about that. If you want to get with me afterwards, I got my PIO here, and we can address that specific situation.
So
Defensive.
we're here try to solve problems and address these challenging issues. We're here not solve for every incident, or at least try to reflect on each one, but solve for a pattern. The pattern continues, it persists. And so we're stepping up our efforts to support the community, to support law enforcement. We've made a firm commitment. We've seen the fruits of that over the course of the last number of months. Unprecedented resources. I agree with you. Let me express just deep frustration that we put out money for the city and they didn't apply for the grant. So I'm going to answer that quite directly. Very frustrated by that. But that frustration can turn into despair and cynicism.
We're very frustrated too. More than frustrated, we took action, and that's why we're recalling this mayor. I'll put the link to this in the chat. I don't like to watch too much of these people because they're not giving us any real solutions. What we do know from Governor Newsom is that California Highway Patrol will be returning for 4 months and to give Oakland some much needed help. But the same issues persist. The things that California Highway Patrol are doing to catch Oakland's criminals are the exact things that Oakland City Council, led by Fortunato Bass and Carol Fife, dismantled and defunded our police from doing. So there are actual law enforcement tactics like chasing people or all types of things that CHP has done to bring down the crime. Well, I don't know if the crime came down, but to at least catch a lot of people and maybe bring the crime down slightly from last year, not from any significant baseline. Again, why are we comparing bringing down crime from last year when last year was one of the worst years in Oakland's history for crime, where we led the nation in car theft? Why don't we compare it to, say, 2018 or any years under Libby's administration besides 2020? You know why they don't want to do that? Because then they will have to admit that their policies have led to a less safe city. It is the continuity of failed policies that have failed Oakland. It isn't happenstance that when you cross the imaginary line into Alameda, or when you go to Emeryville or Berkeley, that the graffiti disappears for the most part, or that the roads are better repaired, or most importantly, the businesses are opening. The businesses are open. There are customers there. I'm going to Alameda for dinner for my date night. Why? Not because I don't love Oakland businesses. It's because the last time I went out to downtown Oakland a month ago, my dinner ended up costing me $500. $200 for dinner, $300 for a window. Yes, it was a fancy dinner. I took my lady out to celebrate. I didn't count on having to pay $300 for a window. So now I'm probably not going to go out in Oakland if I can go out to Alameda and drive 2-3 minutes further, or go out to Berkeley or Emeryville. That's not right. Or stay in a house and cook. Our businesses are failing because our city is not protecting commerce. Our businesses and our city is failing because we have poverty pimps, we have performance artists, we have people who have sold out. They are gentrifiers. Why haven't you put this together yet? None of these people are from Oakland. Not the mayor, not Carol Fife, not Nikki Bass, not Rebecca Kaplan. Why are the people who are instrumental in the managed decline of Oakland, who get the majority of their resources from non-Oakland entities? For example, Thao got over half her money outside of Oakland. She's under investigation for campaign finance fraud related to the way that she fundraised. Oakland is Gotham City for a reason. But the main reason is us. We vote. Even in ranked choice voting, we're voting. Thao got 1/3 of the votes. How does 1/3 of Oakland, and look at where she got her votes at, in the gentrified areas, D3, D1, where all the new renters are. Why are these people so hell-bent on destroying Oakland? Or maybe they don't even know what they're doing. And that's why our X tweet of the day covered that. These people are useful idiots. The progressives are useful idiots for a very sinister and nefarious agenda to destroy everything that's good about this country. Everything. The most beautiful part of America is that we get to keep what we earn. Now, we're getting it taxed away, pimped away, or just straight up stolen from us by criminals who face no fear of repercussions. Anyway, I'm going to end there. On a positive note, our garden's doing great. My plants look lovely. My tomatoes are flowering. Our peppers are growing in. Our goats are giving milk. Our chickens are laying eggs. Oakland still is a beautiful place. We had a night market last night in West Oakland with hundreds of attendees. Nothing bad happened, so you probably won't hear it on the news. But it was great. There is promise, and there is hope, and there is joy, and there is pride left in our beautiful city. But if we don't do the job and kick these people out who are responsible for destroying everything we've worked for, then we do deserve everything that happened in the future. It is on us to turn Gotham Oakland back into Oakland. It is on us to restore sanity, trust, integrity to City Hall. And we're going to do it. We will succeed. Until next time, I love you. Peace, neighbor. This is your boy, Seneca Scott, signing out, Gotham Oakland.
Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here. Yo, I swear it's only up from here.